Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to everyone out there. I'm your dietitian Aisha T. Yusuf, a registered dietitian in Nigeria, Aisha Nutri Diet. Please, I'm going to explain the dietary management in diabetes. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share and like. In my two previous videos, I discussed how different types of diabetes, type 1, type 2, and the causes of diabetes. So I'm going to talk about the dietary management and how we use our naturally available food to manage diabetes, to prevent the sugar level in our bloodstream to get high and make our system become uncomfortable and complications, medical complications followed. So in order to this, in dietetics, all we talk about in order to manage diabetes in general, either gestational diabetes, type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, all we do is to manage and prevent the sugar level from triggering and also prevent further complications. We first of all use our locally available cheap food and check for the food available. When we check for the glycemic index of that food. When we say glycemic index, we mean the level at which glucose is supplied to the blood after the digestion of certain type of food. Every food has its own level of glycemic index. So we avoid all the food that have very high glycemic index and we go for the food that have moderate or low glycemic index. There are food that after digestion, like Irish potatoes, it produces a lot of glucose into the blood system. So it should be avoided or restricted or reduced drastically. Instead, we should go for sweet potatoes that the glycemic index is moderate. Combining sweet potatoes with a lot of vegetables will not give room for sugar level to sparkle. And also, we eat food that has a lot of cereals, whole grain cereals. Okay, in managing diabetes, please do not dehull all your cereals. Go for whole grain wheat, whole grain millet, whole grain corn, sorghum, whole grain finger millet, whole grain Hungary rice. All these, the parts that are not removed are good source of fiber, in which it will help to control bowel movement, and it also help to reduce slow digestion, hereby not giving room for excess glucose to be found in the bloodstream. And it also helps to remove fat particles during digestion and then flush it out through the feces. Okay, so boost your fiber intake by eating whole grains. And then we should also go for green leafy vegetables. Green leafy vegetables like a bitter leaf, wash it well and use it to cook soup. Your spinach is also good. Your pumpkin leaf, the popular ugu, is also good. We should also don't forget to use our boaba. The boaba leaf that is popularly known as kuka in the northern part of Nigeria, the fresh one and the dry one, you can use it to cook. They are all very high in fiber and they all contain anti-inflammatory agent and anti-oxidative agent that will not give room for the sugar level to sparkle. Would you avoid sugary foods, please? Especially canned processed juices and drinks, carbonated drinks like our soda drinks and colas that we take anyhow. There contains a lot of sugars that it easily sparkle the sugar level. And also we shouldn't go for unnecessary artificial sweeteners, because there are cases that many diabetes patients will come to me that they met another dietitian or somebody advised them if they cannot take sugary drinks, they should also go for alternative like going for artificial sweeteners like aspartame and saccharin. These artificial sweeteners are lot of millions of times or thousands of times sweeter than ordinary refined sugar, which will complicate your case the more. You might think it will not sparkle the sugar level, but what about other organs in the body? It makes the liver to begin to overwork, whereby the liver will begin to fail. It will begin to make the kidney fail, because the liver and the kidney are responsible for filtration of toxins. All these artificial sweeteners are toxins. Please don't take them. Go for natural sweeteners if you really want to feel sweet taste. If you are within the pre-diabetes stage, just cut them off. But you can also, in order to manage and prevent diabetes coming completely, you can use date to sweeten your food, date syrup and so on. Okay, you can add bananas to food to make it sweet. But if you're already in pre-diabetic stage or already have diabetes, please don't even take them. Go for your food naturally, and then it is more preferable than going for artificial sweetener. You can also avoid the intake of meat because of the cholesterol present in meat. Excess cholesterol and fat, okay, lead to inflammation of the pancreas that is not given for insulin to be produced properly. And insulin, we told you, is the hormone that helps to regulate the sugar level. You take it away and leave the patent one to be stored in the muscles and the liver. Since you take meat that has excess cholesterol, or go for bad fat, trans fat, saturated fat that has bad cholesterol, it will spoil the pancreas and insulin will not be produced. Instead, go for fish, good fish. Sardine is a hairy fish is there that produce good fat, omega-3 fatty acid that will allow the pancreas to work very well, and the insulin will be produced for sugar regulation. Okay, but if you don't go for meat, it will spoil the pancreas, get it inflamed, and then it will not be able to produce insulin. And then good fat, apart from the one from fish, from your avocado pear, you get good fat. Your olive oil, you have good fat from there. Okay, and avoid fried foods because they are very hard to digest. Avoid roasted food; they are not too hard to avoid. Always steam or boil or stew your food, and then that is the best cooking method for diabetes patients. I will continue in my next video in dietary management of diabetes. Please don't forget to subscribe and share. We need to keep our sugar level constant and measure, monitor our sugar level in order to be healthy. Thank you very much.